So I've just come back from a holiday from Spain, and let me tell you about one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had in my life while I was on the holiday. First of all, Spain in general, absolutely lit. Like, I can't fault it. Other than the fact that some people are racist and they're calling you, hey, monkey. It's what it is. It's part of the experience, I think. But yeah, while we're on Spain, bearing in mind, this is 8 lads on a holiday. We're like, yo, what are we going to do? A little bit spontaneous, a little bit fun, a little bit near-death experience-y, if that even makes sense. And we were thinking, so where we are, we're in a villa situated near the mountains, right? And behind us is a one mountain, right? And our clever asses decided, you know what? When it gets dark, let's go up that mountain. Let's try and climb it. Bearing in mind, in this mountain, you've got wild dogs. You've got wild antelopes. You've got wild gorillas. You've got wild worms. It's mainly the wild dogs, right? Like, there's 5 wild dogs around that complex area. And these guys are untethered. Like, they'll see a guy and just bite his ankles for no reason. So, in our infinite wisdom, we're like, yo, it's 8 p.m. It's getting a little bit dark. But screw it. I mean, we're big guys. We can handle some wild dogs. No, we can't. So we start our journey with 6 people. 2 of them and them, they didn't come because they had sense. They were thinking, you know what? I'm a little bit tired. It's getting a little bit dark. Let me not go. One could argue you're being a bit of a pussy. But then when you hear what I'm about to tell you, you realize they had the brains. So yeah, 6 guys, start off with vibes, energy. We were gassed. We're like, yo, I don't care how high this mountain is. We're going to climb it. We're going to climb it today. We're all like, woo, woo, woo. That didn't last for long at all because we were 20 minutes up the mountain. All of a sudden, it starts to get dark. And one thing you need to know about me, despite me being black, the dark, it's a little bit scary, I'll be honest. I may do this martial arts thing when it comes to the dark. You never know what might grab you. There's a reason black people always die first. And it's because in films they're stupid, but in real life, they're even more stupid. So it's getting dark now. The sun's like set. There is no sunset. We say, yeah, let's go for sunset. It's at 6:30. Why do we go at 8 p.m? Sun's already set. What are we going for? To die? And all of a sudden, with that lack of sun, came, that was meant to be a bark, but we had the most heinous bark. And I'm thinking, hey, what have I just signed up for? I'm trying to come here to Spain and have a good holiday. I'm trying to make it out alive to tell my parents, my loved ones, for everyone, a few stories. Yeah, I'm trying to do some risky things, but not something that puts my life in jeopardy, you get me? So, we hear that, and we're like, yo, the wild dogs have claimed another victim. And we don't want to be the next victims. There's bare wild dogs. We don't want... Damn. We heard that scream. And we're thinking, yo, all right, should we turn back now? Should we turn back? Bearing in mind, inside, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, bro, what, are you scared of something? Bro, we have to climb the thing, man. Come on. So we go up a bit further. And then it's dark. Dark to the point that we have to get flashlights out. And this isn't, you know, it's a steady gradient. This thing was an E to the X graph. All my mathematicians know what I'm on about. It's one of them ones. So I'm here on all 4s, hands and knees. I'm going, and then we hear another one. And then this bark was so much closer than the previous howl. I'm talking 20, 30 meters away. I was like, Lord, please, help me. Help me and my friends at least make it back. And one of my boys, Connor, this guy, he was in the army. He knows survival tactics. You know it's peak when the guy who fears nothing starts saying, all right, guys, be quiet. I'm like, oh, yo. You're on safety in there. You're on safety. You're here telling, yo, be quiet. At that point, I knew I was finished, bro. I knew I was finished. There was 6 of them at the time. 2 of them and them, they cut. They were like, you know what? It's getting dark. We got to cut now. Let's call it a day. And as they were going back, one of my boys sprained his ankle. Boom! Wild Duck claimed the soul right there. His ankle was like a balloon on steroids. You see them party balloons where you blow 10x it. His balloon was massive. There's 4 of us left now. 2 victimless souls. They're gone. We carry on going. We're like, you know what? I can see the top. We could see the top from the bottom. Like we had made no progress. But anyway, we're still climbing. All of a sudden it comes to a point. I'm not even joking. It's like this. I was on the bottom of this slope. Punch is above me. There was this one rock the size of my head, bro. I got a big head. Bigger than my head. This guy goes to step on the rock. The rock just comes tumbling down. And I had to do one of these. I had to duck that thing before it took my soul. And then the dogs were using me as their weekly meal. And that's why I thought, you know what? Don't die for mountains, bro. Like, what is this? We get to the top and say, hey, guys. Oh, my God. Hey, Instagram. I just climbed it. It's not worth it. So at that point, we're like, you know what? Let's call it a day. Let's turn back. As we decide to turn back, we just hear the dogs chanting their national anthem. My heart started doing these ones. At that point in time, everyone was shook. Because these wild dogs, you know how you hear dogs on the street, you're like, roo, roo. And then you got that owner saying, no, he's cute, he doesn't bite, even though he looks like he's about to eat you. These ones were way worse. This dog, his balls were touching the floor because this guy's rough was, roll me my money. Like, it's that kind of depth. It's no joke. I'm not joking. Even recalling it, I'm starting to shake. You see these hands? So we're making it back. And now we actually don't know where we are. It's pitch black now. Our torch lights are out. And then we got Connor saying, I don't even know if we should put the torch lights on. We don't want to attract the dogs. And I'm like, yo, brother, I'm not even thinking right now. I'm just thinking about peace and the times I was just steady in bed and chilling. And when I didn't have to go through this rubbish, we start making our way down. We hear, woo, 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 woo. I'm like, okay. We get closer. And they get closer. I start panicking, bro. I'm pretty sure I get my last will and testament there and then. I was honestly ready to die. I had 2 rocks the size of my blood clot head, and I was ready to boom, boom. I don't care if these dogs had owners. I was ready to smoke that owner as well, because these dogs sounded villainous. We're waking our way down. We got rocks in our hands. We're falling over. We're cut up. We're shook of these dogs. And then we start hearing, you know when it gets late and you're in the wilderness, like, what am I about in the wilderness, like it's a daily thing. But like, when it gets late and you're like, let's say you're in a grassy area and you start hearing like, bearing in mind, these places have snakes in it. And I was like, yo, listen, wild dogs, snakes, worms. I don't know what to tell you other than never again. So anyway, we find our way to our street. And as we get there, we hear, I'm not even joking, the dogs were like 10 meters away. And there was like 6, 7, 8 man, dogs even, shouting, row, row, row. And they sounded like a siren. So I had to ring my bro. I was like, yo, Josh, please, come pick us up. We're at this place. I share my location. Come pick us up right now. These dogs are too villainous. They're gonna eat all of us and we wouldn't take no prisoners. We're not messing about at that point. I mean, we weren't even in the mood to pop jokes. We weren't in the mood to do nothing, bro. Thankfully, Josh pulled up. We all jumped in the car. We made it home. And at that point, you know them ones where something deep actually happens and you just sit with your head in your hands. You're like, wow, why did I do that? But hey, all for the dad law, innit? Makes a good story. Never again. You violent dogs out there in Spain, I'm going to come for you and I'm going to eat you and cause COVID-21. Anyway, listen, you lot. Peace out.